Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Happy New Year! Today is 1st of January of 2023. I wish you all the best on this year starting right now. And to celebrate this special occasion, we are going to have Niko. Niko is from Kraków in Poland. So let's see what Niko has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi, hello.
Should I call you Niko?
Well, yeah, I think it will be easier for you as per usual people have issues with my first name.
Which is?
Przemysław.
Wow, I think
That's a Slavian name. Yeah, that's a joke of my two elder sisters who decided to give me two names which are untranslatable actually. So Niko is fine.
So hello Niko, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. A bit stressed, but curious.
Okay, I think it's I think most of the people they feel nervous in the beginning. They feel a little bit scared. But after the second, third question, I'm sure you're gonna relax and you're gonna have a good time for sure.
Great, sounds good.
So tell me about your day. How's your day today?
Well, it was kind of lazy day because today I took a day off, so nothing pretty much happened. I just prepared a painting that I'm supposed to give to my friend tomorrow. It's a birthday present for her, so I was just wrapping it up for her.
Wow, I can see those two beautiful paintings behind you. This lady on your left. Tell me a little bit about the painting.
Okay, so the lady is mine. The abstraction is my friend. This is a present for me. Actually, it started during the COVID. I always wanted to start painting, but I felt like I'm unworthy of this because I don't have a education in that direction. So my education went to rather finance and HR direction. And on a daily basis, I work in a bank. So that was like something totally different. But since we were locked totally, and no one could see what I'm doing, I decided to buy some canvas and I started repainting the posters of Almodovar's movies. And later on, I was I started painting like body poses and when I grew, like when my style grew, I started painting portraits, and I really like it. I really enjoy it, and it was like autotherapy, something that when we were all like totally overshoot with the information, with the bad information, and totally stressed working. I actually since then I'm working from home, so I need to adjust like my whole life to the new way of working, living. And I found it really relaxing. So when you're focusing, when you're painting, when you're trying to recreate someone on the canvas, it's like it takes all your energy, but it gives you also like lots of peace, and that's fantastic. So I totally recommend you.
That's amazing, and I understand your point. I think the lockdown 2020. I think a lot of people they find a different way of working, a different way of living, a different way of socializing with people.
Definitely.
So we kind of adjust ourselves to this new world. So I think all of us, we found creativity. A lot of us found things that were hidden somewhere that we never explored before.
Yes.
And I think those 2 years was a big opportunity for all of us to get to know ourselves better in a different way as well. I think a lot of people around the world, they found a lot of beautiful things that was hidden somewhere that they never explored before. But Niko, tell me, where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm from Poland, from Kraków. This is the southern part of the Poland. Well, not sure if you know anything about the Kraków. So this is a really old city in Poland. When we used to have the kings and queens, it was our capital. Then it was moved to Warsaw. Well, it's really nice city. I totally recommend it to to visit.
I'll tell you something now. I have a lot of Polish friends here in London, a
Oh,
lot. And I heard a lot about Krakow. I think it's one of the main cities in Poland and one of the most beautiful cities as well. A lot of people.
and you have really good connection to it.
Yes, actually, my great grandmother, she was Polish, actually.
Really? What was her
Yes, back
name?
in Brazil. Back in Brazil. And a long time, I find out a few years ago, I was talking to her and about, her background and everything. And she told me that her great grandmother was from Poland. And I was like, what? Poland? And we had this conversation. And yes, and for the last 15 years, I have a lot of Polish friends. I've been to
Wow.
Poland, to a place called Szczecin in the
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's not like a very traditional city in Poland, but yeah, I had a great time. And I'm one of my best friends. He's from Warsaw, and I'm trying to go to Poland. I'd like to visit Warsaw and Krakow as well, because I heard
Nice.
they are very different. I heard.
Just drop me a note when you decide to visit Krakow. I would really like you to go with you for real coffee. And yeah, and I really recommend you to check this Polish roots. I have a friend and he's from Argentina actually, and Federico's grandma was also the Polish.
Yeah.
She emigrated from Poland to Argentina. So yeah, we are everywhere.
Yes, I think Brazil, you're very mixed. I have Polish, I have Italian, I have African, I have my grandfather, his dad was from Portugal, so it's a lot of mix back in Brazil. And so you're saying, Niko, that you work in a bank as your
Yeah.
full-time job is in a bank, and also you're an artist as well. You do some paintings.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. That's true. So well, I really enjoy my work as an analyst, but it tends to be also a bit stressful. I mean, I found really difficult, to push my daily duties aside of me. So I always take them by heart. So if I find something, inaccurate or interesting, I'm already all tense, etc. So after work, when it's my time, I just start to paint, and I just put this stress energy to the calm energy of painting. So I really like it. And besides that, I'm taking care of my little dog, my furry baby. Yeah, come Lolek.
Lorek, his name.
Lolek, yeah.
Lolek. Oh my God.
Yes, I adopted Lolek. Yeah, so he's a cool child.
How old is Lolek?
3. He's 3.
Oh my God, so cute.
He's totally cuddly. I really love him. He loves to take naps as I. So he's like totally like me. We do tend to have naps. He always sleeps with me. I snore, he snores, so we're equal.
It's your
and
best friend.
He's not like really morning person. So it's like if you try to when sometimes I need to go out early, I'm asking him, Lola, we need to go go outside, and he's like, like, do we have to? So I love him for that, because on a usually the daily basis we can sleep as much as we can, then just quick walk, and I can start my work.
Amazing. Okay, Niko, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views? Yes? Okay, welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend, okay? Full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question, okay? Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, Nico, so before we start the game, during the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer,
Okay.
you can change, okay?
Okay, sure.
First question for you is, what gives you butterflies?
It's kind of strange because meeting new people, it really gives me butterflies, and in the same time, I'm totally stressed because I'm rather like, I can appear as an extrovert, but inside me, I'm introvert. So it costs me a lot. For example, like today, I was really anxious and happy to meet you, but in the same time, I was like, well, maybe I should, say something like any kind of excuse that something happened, like, I was a bit stressed, but curiously one.
So you're happy that you took the challenge?
Yes. I mean, it's a strange thing because, in the same thing as I really enjoy, staying home, and being like alone, I also do like to meet new people. I think this is really something, well, how to say? It's, it opens you to the world. It's like, it makes your point of view wider. So yeah, it's like education. So
no, I understand your point. I think when you go out of your comfort zone, you can find so many beautiful things, and sometimes you never know what can expect you.
yes.
And believe me, a lot of people who participate on the show, they have the same feeling as you, and they go like, "Oh my God!" They send me message, William, I was so scared. I was so scared to do it. But after, I felt so comfortable. And I'm glad I did, because you can connect with people around the world. You can express yourself as well. And that's one of the main reasons why people participate on the show. So yeah, thanks so much for challenging.
And the one thing I would just want to add is that this is something wonderful thing what you're doing, because when we switch to the to the home offices, it kind of stayed with a lot of us at the COVID. I mean, the COVID has, let's say, passed a bit, but we stayed in this routine. So it's like a window to the world that.
Yes.
Meet someone and still, be on your ground.
Absolutely. Next question, Niko.
Yes.
Okay, next question for you is, where do you see yourself living when you retire?
Okay. I don't have like a really nice view of time when I'm elder. I was taking care of my parents, and actually I know from my experience how being old actually is. So I always joke, and this is a dark joke, so please don't be offended by that. But I'm joking that when I will be, old enough, I really wish that bus will hit me, and all of my issues will just disappear. But yeah, I actually don't have plans. Like, I feel this is something like uncertain for me, and this is one of the things that I'm afraid of, actually.
I see. I think all of us have that. I think all of us have those, thoughts like, what's going to happen in the future when I retire, when I can, do much, when I'm maybe don't have many friends or alone. So
no, I'm sure that I will not be bored. So until I will have like strength and health, for sure I'll be doing something, possibly painting still. But no, I don't have any like particular plan for this.
Very good. Next question. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, before the next question, tell me, what's the best part of living in Krakow? What do you like the most about the city? And also, there's always a challenging part. What will be, in your opinion?
I think that because the Krakow is a university town, it gives you always a fresh blood, a fresh people. And actually, once I started thinking, and I realized that like 99.9% of my friends are the ones who decided, to visit Krakow or join, the university and something. So they were like totally out of the Krakow. So Krakow just brought them here. So I kind of took advantage of this magnet of the city. So so definitely this. You can find interesting people, even like, I don't know, you go just shopping and there's like lots of tourists who visits Krakow. So you can just be asked by someone who's like from other part of the world, which is really fantastic. I really like that. The thing that the town is old, so it's like, well, it's beautiful. I mean, the old part of the town, there's lots of museums which are quite interesting. So there are lots of places when you can go eat something wonderful and have a nice coffee. So it's always something that that you can go visit, and that there's you just need to name it. What would you like to do, and you probably will find it here. In the same time, what's most challenging in winter, that's bad air, I would say. That's the issue of Małopolska. And probably, as you know, now when we have war at the Ukraine, there's a shortage of other supplies. So I kind of assume that people will start using like worse thing to make a heat. So it would be like, I don't know, less ecologic stuff to produce heat. So that has really influenced on Krakow.
And Krakow, it's the place where you were born and raised?
Yes. I was born and raised in. That's the interesting story. During the communism, they built a city called New Huta. So it was a place when there was like the factory where they were producing the steel, and they like invented all the city around it, to have like, people to work for this factory. And they wanted to make the city like, super fancy. So everyone will forget about the Krakow, and Nowa Huta was supposed to be like, the major town of, of the south of Poland. But as we know, the communism has ended, and this like extra city was how to say, included to the Krakow. So Krakow swallowed this. So I'm always joking that if someone asks me if I'm from Krakow, I say no, I'm from Nowa Huta, so like local patriot. But yeah, this is also interesting because Nowa Huta was arranged like the whole city was arranged in the same time. So when you look at it, it looks like a spider web. So, and the buildings are like quite similar. So it's like, well, I wouldn't say this is a Disneyland like a city or something like that, but it's like it was invented from the beginning to the end. Usually cities grown like piece by piece, and this was made like all in one to look the same. So this is also an interesting part of the Krakow to visit, like that someone has this crazy idea to invent a city and build it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm from Krakow, but I originally I feel that I'm from Nowa Huta.
Amazing. Okay, next question for you is,
yeah,
what 3 things do you want to be remembered for?
Where's the music?
No, and the music is, I play the music, I ask a question, and now I just pick up another question. We're gonna play again. Don't worry, we're gonna have more music.
Oh, I thought that it's a music part for between each question.
It is, but just because I said before the next question, I'm gonna kind of ask like a personal question, something about your life.
Okay.
question afterwards. You want to
Okay,
trade?
sorry,
Yeah.
you can cut it off. Sorry for ruining that.
No, don't worry. Next question for you is, what 3 things do you want to be remembered for?
Well, if I could choose, I mean, I would like to describe myself by those, words, but it's not me to decide. But kindness, that would be one of the words. I guess decent, like with the people relationships, like with the people interactions. And the third, I have no clue. I mean, I think these first 2 are so heavy that they can fit.
I think the last one could
It's
be
a
your
hard
art.
question.
It is. I think the last one could be about your art. People remember you about your art.
Oh, no, I'm too shy for that. But yeah, if you say so, yeah, I agree.
Good. You don't need to be modest. You can be, you know what I mean? If you are good with your art, why not? It's good to people to remember that. Very good. And I'm sure there will now.
We will see.
Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Niko from Poland. Next question for you is, what has been the lowest point of your life?
The lowest point of my life? Well, I was working for the, well, let's just not name it, but it's a huge company. And I reached the level of stress. Sorry for my baby.
It's okay. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I reached that level of stress that my anxiety took over me. So I kind of had like a depression episode and really high anxiety. So I was like, for the 3 months in a row, I couldn't just leave my flat. So so that was something when I actually realized that when someone is saying that he's feeling blue or something, it's like you can never actually understand how is to be what actually depression or anxiety can be, how powerful that can be, that it can just stop you from the living. And that was also a lesson for me to remember that if you're doing something, like, I don't know, for other people, for work, that you cannot do everything for more than 100%. You should do everything like, I don't know, like 80%. You just have to have this margin for yourself, for sleep, for your family, friends, whatever, because it's like you can feel that you're invincible, and you can be like for the really, really long time, and you just like surprised that your battery just ran out, and you just feel like, well, that life is pointless, everything is pointless, and you just don't care about anything. So that was really sad lesson. But since then, I'm trying to think about myself more, to be more assertive. So, at work, for friends, so it's like, it's not like I'm, assertive with friends, but it's like, do you really need my help, or this is just convenient for you? It's like, if you really need my help, I will gladly help you. But it is like for your convenience. So maybe I would like to, to have this, afternoon for myself, or, something like that. I hope you know what I mean. So just, I would say, like, auto-respect, because I was never thinking, before I was rather thinking more about the others than about me, because I like, other people. So it's not like this is like excuse or any kind of regret, but but I wasn't thinking at all about me.
I see. Thanks for sharing
And
that.
if I can add something to it as out of my experience, what I would recommend. So quite often strong people really long hesitate to ask for help. So
Yeah.
if I would say about if I would ask for regret of this lesson, I would say that I regret that I didn't ask for help. I was thinking that, you know, going to the, you know, for the consultant is like a, I don't know, strange thing. Now I'm recommending that to all of my friends. So whoever feels, you know, less than good, I'm saying like, oh, I can help you. So do you need a doctor? Do you need a consultant? Do you need everything? I mean, I can, you know, I can provide you information because I know that maybe someday they would like to ask for it.
Totally understand your point. I think asking for help, it's a big sign of being strong. That's for sure.
Yes, but
Absolutely.
in the same time, you as a person who needs to ask for this help, you feel like you're like weak. And this is the tricky thing that, yeah, you in the same time, you are really strong, but you feel it opposite way.
Yeah, you feel like you're vulnerable. You feel like you are, you know, you are so weak that you're asking for help.
Exactly.
Totally the opposite. It's a big sign of being strong.
Exactly. Now I totally feel you.
Yes, absolutely. Ready for another question?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, Niko from Kraków in Poland. Next question for you is, tell me something special that you won and how did you win it?
I would say that this year I had like an opportunity to learn that you know, that sometimes you feel that you have you know, friends, and it's like, well, yeah, you have like, you know, bunch of friends, and you feel that you know, you're like so I don't know, you can feel like super convinced that they are like, you know, the ones who will support you. And this year I learned that besides that the number doesn't count, and actually the two friends is a smaller portion. So I've learned that actually I have like maybe 4 people who really cares about me. So this 4 people helped me when I had when I need to have my what's the word? I need to go to the hospital because I need to fix my both knees. So it was like, you know, I went 4 months for sick leave, and then the second thing, and then I learned who really, like, you know, thinks about me and who wants to help me. So yeah, that was something that I still feel that, you know, well, I feel like, you know, I don't deserve it. So it's like, you know, that those friends were so good for me. So if I would say that I win something, so I won the friendship of my closest friends, and yeah, that's super fantastic thing. That's a good feeling.
I'm sure when they watch the interview, they're gonna feel very happy.
I hope so.
Saying that, what's the biggest difference between you, your best friends, and what's the biggest similarity?
So this is like when I think about Alexandra. So this is my friend for the previous work. I always liked her for her being spontaneous. So she has this nickname Krycha, which is like Christine, something like that in Poland, but it was Crazy Christine, something like that. So yeah, that's definitely her, and she's like, I know we know each other for that long that we I know I treat her as a sister. She's, you know, my better part. So I'm not that spontaneous as she is. But I like her for the dark sense of humor that we have, and we have this link that sometimes we don't see each other for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but it's like like nothing actually never happened. So like we saw each other yesterday, and this is like the person that I know that if I stuck anywhere in Europe and I would call her, ask for help, she would do something. Like, I mean, this is something that equals for all of my friends. The second person is Federico that I mentioned earlier, the guy for Argentina. It's like I always joke that I treat him as I always think about him as equal to me, but he's like super young for me. I mean, he's like 10 years younger, but and he's like super introvert, but in the same time he's like I'm not sure if you see this cartoon movie for kids like Care Bear. So I always joke that he's like this Care Bear with this heart on his belly, and he's always helping everyone. When the war started in Ukraine, he welcomed like few families to help them. So so he's my my other angel who's watching over me. Even we are like on a huge distance. As I mentioned, he's like super introvert. So we're not like that really close with each other, but it's like if you ever need help, he's there. So and the same thing, the dark humor. We send to each other. I mean, actually, I sent to him this dark memes. I mean, dark humor memes. So he's the one who says, yeah, that's super bad and also super funny. Christopher is he's like super energetic person, and he's like like I would say like a hothead person. So he's like, oh, when something is happening, it's happening. But I learned that you just need to step down and give him like day or two to ask what has happened actually. But in an emergency situation, he's like, he will drop everything and will help you. And actually he helped me that much in that year that I really feel overwhelmed.
Wow.
And there's other person, Marcin. Actually, this is a funny thing because we met each other through Instagram. I mean, we were like, watching each other for a few years. Then we started, chatting. Then we decided to meet and have a coffee. So he invited me for a coffee because he lives in Wrocław. So I went to the Wrocław and I gave him his portion, and he gave me a delicious cake because he's an engineer. But as we spoke about the free time, he found that he's really good with baking the cakes. So that was like exchange of the our gifts. And as a first thing, those are the 4 people that if anything happened, I would say that that was the one. And if I was religious, I would say that I'm blessed with them. But I'm not really religious, so I don't know how to describe it. But I want them.
Amazing, very good. Niko, I have 3 questions left for you. Yay. Okay, let's do it. Okay, Niko, next question is, usually, what is the first thing that you think about when you wake up?
When I was a cup?
When you wake
Coffee.
up.
I wake up, the same thing, coffee. I mean, it's like the first thing I need to do is like take a shower and have a cup of coffee. Nice. This is like my things that, powers me and like, starts me on. Without it, I'm like, just a zombie.
Are you more of a day or a night person?
I think night person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, fan of waking really early, except maybe in summer when it's sun already, and it's bright, so it's kind of nice. But except that, I'm not such a fan of the mornings.
2 questions left for you,
Yeah.
Niko. Shema.
Oh, Shema.
Shema. Right, before the next question, Niko, you know, this interview is going to be my first interview of 2023, okay?
Yay, I won something again.
Right, so, you know, it's a new year starting now. It's, you know, a lot of, I think when, you know, every beginning of every year, I think people, they, you know, they get excited, they make plans, you know, they get a lot of new resolutions. You know, I think it's a vibe that everyone, you know, feels like, okay, it's a new year starting now. For you, what is your, let's say, new resolution for 2023? There is something that you like to do, something special, or you don't think about much about that, and you just let things go how it comes?
Well, actually, I started it already, so I intend to, you know, to work on it through the next year. So I decided to lose a bit of the weight. My cardiologist told me that, no, you could think of it, and, you know, in his eyes, I saw that think of it was like, you know, do it. So yeah, so health, I would say that it would be health. So I'd like to focus more on the proper diet, because I eat like, you know, I work, and when it's usually too late to prepare something, I order like pizza, and sometimes pizza day is like, you know, 3 days in a row. So it's really unhealthy. So actually, that something is going aside to focusing on my health is like, you know, to learn how to cook more stuff. I mean, I do know how to do it, but I would like to do it better.
Amazing. Okay. Next question for you is, if you were in a circus, which character would you like to be and why?
In circus, if this is a circus with the animals, I would like to be inspector who's going there and taking all the animals outside, and, you know,
I love your answer.
them to the.
I love your answer.
So yeah, definitely that.
Amazing. I'm sure a lot of people now watch the interview, they're gonna go like, oh my God, I love that. I'd like to be the same as well.
That's good. Well, the more people, the faster we can deal with this problem.
Good. Ready for the last question? Let's do it. Last question, Niko. Okay, but before the last question, you know, all your paintings that you've done so far, you know, since you start painting, tell me which one is your favorite that is very special for you for some reason?
There's actually 2 of them. So the first portrait that I painted of my friend Jędrzej, it was it's like I usually it's like always actually when I paint something, I'm totally disappointed with this. But maybe if not disappointed, it's like I dislike it. So hardly ever I feel like, yes, I like it. I need to, like, you know, stay a while with this painting. It's like, well, actually it's not that bad. So it's like, you know, my criticism. So there was the first, it was the portrait of my friend Jędrzej, and at the start I was painting only the males. So I was like, I was scared of painting females. I was like, I thought that, you know, it's more difficult. And then I started painting a woman, and I've painted my other friend Alex, and the funny thing is that I really like this painting, and I thought that she looks, you know, super feminine in this painting, and like, you know, like this is really light view of her. And she wrote to me that she really likes the way I see her, but she looks almost male there. And I was like, what? I mean, I do, you know that she's a strong, independent woman, but I told her that possibly because of that. So that was something, you know, that really hit me. But still, yeah. So that was a two portraits that I would still really like, and I guess the guys also like it.
Amazing. Last question for you is, tell us a funny story or a moment that happened to you when you were a child at school.
Okay, this is kind of embarrassing, but I will tell you a story about my first day at school. So it was like the first, it wasn't even a first, like it was class called zero. So it was like, preschool class. But I never went to the, like what's the kindergarten. So, I had two elder sisters, so there was always someone around who could, take care of me. So that was like my first, approach to the other people, to the other kids. So my mom brought me there, and the teacher, introduced me. So she said, this is a Przemek, he will be joining the class. She showed me a place on the bench. So I sat on the bench, I looked at all these, kids, and I just puke. So, so the lady just, took my hand, she just walked outside. My mom didn't even left the corridor, and she was like, oh, lady, could you take your son and bring him over tomorrow? So yeah, that's how I started my school.
Very funny, my goodness. Did you like school?
Not really. Not really. I was in the primary school. I was, I guess, the only kid that wasn't Catholic in a almost 100% Catholic school. So it wasn't really, it's not a joyful memory from this part of my life. The secondary school was like, well, better, but that wasn't it. I think I grew some friends, and I think really warm about the studies when I was doing my bachelor degree or the master degree. So yeah, that was fun.
Amazing. Okay, it's not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Family.
Family. As a family, I would say I'm not sure how to say it in English, but it's like the family that you're choosing.
Okay.
So so those my closest friends, they for now they are my family.
Okay. One word for money.
Ill.
One word for love.
Unknown.
Life.
Journey or problem? Let's say journey. It sounds better.
Sex.
Joy.
Politics.
Filth.
Religion.
The same thing.
Fear.
Fear. Pain.
Friendship.
Closeness.
Desire.
Love.
Regrets.
Also pain.
Success.
I would say bliss.
Okay. Wish.
Wish. Uncertainty.
How about happiness?
Happiness. I would say more.
Amazing. One word for Krakow.
Word for Krakow. Old.
One word for Poland.
Sad.
And the last one now, artist, one word.
Artist. Crazy, but is in a positive way, like, you know, someone who totally breaks up from the trend.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your friend, your best friend, for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, define Niko in one positive word and one negative word only. What they would say?
Positive word, probably they would say that I'm joyful, happy. Even if not always I feel like that, but I can appear like that. I mean, I'm trying to be that for the other people. The worst, like, oh yeah.
Negative word.
Negative, yeah. Maybe the pessimism is like, you know, I'm not that really I mean, I like to do new things, but I'm the one who always think about, you know, the second scenario, the third scenario, and it kind of kills the vibe. So if you tend to learn, you know, how to deal with me, the rest will be fine.
Amazing. Okay, let's play now Niko and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Niko from Poland, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, so the question is, I haven't checked that, probably you know that, how many people you have already interviewed?
Okay, good question. Right, so actually in a few days, I will reach 800 interviews on the show so far.
Wow.
But saying that, I've done more than that interviews, because when I started doing the interviews, some of them I couldn't edit properly because they had some problems. You know, some people, they when they start the show, they decide not to put out the interviews. So there are a few interviews that for some reason said things as well that the quality wasn't very good. You know, now I've learned a lot through the process, and I have a lot more to learn. But you know, there are a lot of interviews that I couldn't put online because the quality was really bad, or maybe the sound wasn't very good. So also I've done over 800 interviews, but on the channel is going to be 800 interviews on the show very soon.
That's huge.
And I have like people around the world, a lot of people from Poland. I have a few guests from Poland, you know, around the world. So I think that I feel very, very grateful that you know, I'm able to connect with so many people and learn, you know, connect with them, listen to their stories, and let my guests as well connect with other people as well. So I think that's the best magic of the show. It's about letting people connect with each other and also express yourself and be yourself as well. So yeah.
I have an additional question to that. Do you have a list of the countries from where you would like to, you know, meet the people and ask them for the interview? Or just is like you just like hunting people and like, oh, that one I like, and I would just ask him. Her.
No, actually, no, they are not like, I'm not looking like for different countries. I literally just send away message for people on social media, and sometimes I get surprised because sometimes I don't know where they are from. I don't know, sometimes they come from a different country and they live in a different country as well. So I never know. Some of them is it's obvious. I can see that they live in the country where I can see in their profile. But some of them, I'm not sure if they live in their country. But I tend not to look too much into their information because I like to get to know my guests on the show during the interview. That's what I like. So I just look very basic, information there. But most of the guests that participate on the show, I'm not 100% sure if they are from the country where I think they are looking on their profile or talking to people as well. There are so many countries, a lot of countries. And actually, there is a country that I haven't had anyone yet from Japan. And, I haven't had anyone from Japan yet, but around the world, there are so many countries that are from people that participate on the show. Yeah.
Right.
Niko, did you have a good time? Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes. Surprisingly, yes. I mean, not surprisingly. I was sure that it will be good. I was just scared of it because I just went through a few of your videos, so I knew that your guests are having fun, but I'm surprised that you asked a few questions that are quite profound, and I really like that. It's like fun, but also with with little hint to learn something from it. So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Amazing. Yeah, the question makes you think. The question makes you go into your memories in life, and sometimes the question makes you go like, oh my God, I never thought about that before. I haven't thought about that for years. So
yes.
I think the questions, it's the power of the questions about for you to go into like adventure or a journey in your life or in your memories to share with people around the world. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad that you took the challenge, and I'm glad that you
Thank you.
We literally made memories now. That's gonna be forever. So
yes.
Thanks so much for being my first guest of 2023.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Oh, I almost forgot. I was prepared for you. It's like, because you're from London, and this is a pin from Doctor Who. It's a Dalek on a pin. So yeah, I forgot about the London accent.
Oh my God, that's funny. Before you go, Niko, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
I was thinking about it, and just a few days ago, I was going through the old records, and there was one song of the Shakespeare sisters, and one quote from the song just hit me when they saying that life is a funny thing. Just when you learn how to use it, it's gone. So it sounds kind of sad, but I would say, since you know it, just don't try to learn it. Just try to explore it, because when you figure out what it's all about, there is no time to use it. So make mistakes, do stupid things, choose the bad decisions. Of course, also the good ones, but just
learn.
Live.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, live and learn, and I think that's the beauty of life, for sure.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year! Enjoy your year ahead, and I see you one day in Krakow for sure.
You too. Thank you. Yeah, come on, totally. Give me a note when you're here. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.